Good morning and happy Memorial Day to everybody here on this beautiful Monday morning here. So, today, as we enjoy the barbecue with friends and family, please, please, please remember what today is all about, okay? Take a moment to remember the fallen who gave their life for your ability to speak what's on your mind, for your ability to grill a bratwurst or a burger or a steak today, for your ability to protect yourself. But I'll tell you one thing, one place of many that there better not be a barbecue today is Chuck Todd's house, the NBC nightly news anchor. Okay. We can all agree that the shooting in Texas last week, the shooting in Buffalo a couple of weeks ago, were horrific events. There was a shooting in Florida yesterday. There was a shooting in Chattanooga, Tennessee yesterday. And these things all have, unfortunately, more than one thing in common, as Chuck Todd wants to say. They all have a gun in common. Yeah, they also all have a deranged person in common. Because as every one of us has said, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Okay. It's kind of interesting listening to politicians because, as usual, they want to put a Band-Aid on a cancer. Now, Chuck Todd, the idiot that he is, okay, says that the Republicans are obsessed with an absolute right that does not exist. Really, what part of shall not be infringed in the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution don't you understand, dipshit? Okay. Liberals love to make hay out of these things, okay? Liberals love shootings. Don't get me wrong. They're good for ratings. They're good to rally the troops. And hey, they couldn't have asked for a better time. They got something to talk about for the next 5 months going into an election. How we need to take rights away, take, anything away from the people that they can. Again, I want you to remember, today's Memorial Day, where we honor the fallen. What did every single person that we honor today have in common? They used a weapon. They knew how to fire a weapon. Yeah, guess what? Guns are something that made the United States what the United States is. Okay? We had to fight for our freedom. We didn't go up and sing Kumbaya to the British in the 1700s and say, "Let us be free." And they went, "Oh, okay. You have your pronouns correct? Sure, we'll let you be free." No, we shot our way through. Okay? How'd we get rid of Hitler? Gee, we blew up the Nazis. Again, go through World War I, go through World War II. How did we fight Korea? How did we fight Vietnam? It sure as hell wasn't with water balloons, all right? We have a right to protect ourselves, unlike what Chuck Todd says. We are not obsessed with anything. It is a right that is given to us in the Constitution, in the supreme law of this country. You can say it's a God-given right, but no, God did not give us the right to own a gun. All right, man gave us the right to own a gun. Now, far be it from me to not call out the Republicans when they are idiots as well. You have plenty of Republicans who are coming out and saying, fine, raise the limit to buy a rifle to 21. No. What part of shall not be infringed do you not understand? Okay? There shouldn't be an age limit at all, in my opinion. Okay? Again, my opinion may be controversial. Welcome to the channel if you've never heard some of my opinions. If you're trained on using something, you should be able to use it. And I know somebody's going to say, well, you can't drive a car until you're 16 or 17, depending on the state or whatever it is. Okay, fine. You know, again, same thing. Let's go back in history and look with kids younger than 16 driving a car or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. These Republicans are saying, oh, let's raise it to 21. So I want to see how well basic training works now. All right, we're going to train the military to be soldiers. You know, all these new recruits straight out of high school, whatever it would be, young kids. And we're going to teach them how to be a soldier. But I'm sorry, you're not old enough to use a gun yet. So we can't train you with your M4 or whatever, weapon. So we'll train you on how to throw water balloons. Okay. Yeah. Again, that would be the wokeness of the left anyway. We need to have a military that's unarmed. Kind of like they want to have a police force that's unarmed. Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense. I got a kick out of the story down in, what was it? I think it was in Florida, where maybe it was in Texas, maybe it wasn't Texas, where some of the parents have volunteered to stand guard in front of some of the schools. Power just went out. And, of course, they've got to be unarmed. What good does that do you if a guy comes running at you with a weapon and you're unarmed? You're either a target or you're diving for cover somewhere. Okay, so that's it. But this is the point. It's not taking guns off the street that's the problem. It's getting guns out of the hands of the people that shouldn't have them. And repealing the Second Amendment, making it harder to buy a gun, will not do that. Let me repeat. Every politician out there, I hate to tell you this, as much as you think you're scoring political points with this, you're an idiot every time you say, we need to get guns out of the hands of the people. Criminals will not get rid of guns. How well have you done disarming, the mafia? How well have you done disarming the drug cartels? You have failed miserably, okay? There's still killings all the time. How well have you done disarming all the thugs in Chicago who have killed 230 some odd people now this year? And it's May, okay? You failed. How many people have had their lives saved? I remind you of those kids at the apartment complex I talked about the other day, who some guy was firing into the apartment complex and a lady there with a gun neutralized the threat. Good guys with guns. Okay. It doesn't surprise me that liberals are so outraged over everything that's going on. I'm outraged over what's going on. Did the cops screw up? Yeah, sitting and waiting an hour to go in? No. I mean, they should have been storming the school immediately, okay? But when you get stupid ideas to handle serious problems, you really need to stop listening to these people. There's a radio host who had a column on MSNBC on Saturday, okay, Dean Obadala, all right, said there's no constitutional right to own a gun. Really dumbass. You might want to go read it, okay, before, I don't know what constitution you're talking about, but sure as hell ain't the U.S. Constitution, okay. Washington Post, that birdcage liner that Bezos owns, senior editor over there, Mark Fisher, The AR-15 was invented for Nazi infantrymen. Be interesting to know, considering World War II was long since over before Armalite ever came up with the design for the AR-15 or the M16. So yeah, might want to go learn some history there, dumbass. Okay. But of course, everybody's favorite Jabba the Hutt piece of jello, Michael Moore, came out last week and said, we need to repeal the Second Amendment entirely. Hey, Mike, it's called the Bill of Rights. You can't repeal anything in the first 10 amendments. Sorry, Bill of Rights. End of story, okay? Non-repealable. But I want you to remember that today, on Memorial Day, that the reason you have the freedoms you do to live the life as you please, to do the stupid things that you do too, are all because of a man or a woman with a gun. Regardless of what liberals tell you, they ain't going nowhere. Not without another gunfight. Happy Memorial Day. Pinball out.